about love.
What is up, guys? So if you guys remember that I did a custom hood work for Calvin for that IS300 that I painted black with rainbow flake. I had a couple people ask me that how do I do it. I've done I think like one video before of me just cutting those regular little vents onto my Z, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it a lot more like technical because it's actually a lot of work than what it looks like. I normally do this for other people because I know a lot of people can't really do this. It's really difficult sometimes, and you know, you gotta have like a welder, you gotta have a grinder or a cutting wheel, and you know, just kind of like, I don't know. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it is possible to be done at home. And I'm gonna show you guys. If you guys have these tools, if you guys don't, you know, you can have me do it if you guys somewhere local, or if you can have your nearest body shop do it for you. But I'm just gonna give you guys a quick little tutorial of how to do it. This is gonna be like a multi-day video though, because this might take longer than a day. Unless you have a full day off or something like that, then you could probably get it done. But aside from that, I only get a couple hours after work to actually work on anything before it gets actually too late. So I did the hood for Calvin, and his hood recently flew open, so I have to remake it again for him. Thanks, Calvin. So we're gonna be redoing it again. I just started masking on one side. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but it's easy. You know, you just need tape, a grinder to begin with, and we're just gonna tape up how we're gonna want the vents. So we're gonna want them slanted, straight, bigger, or bigger to smaller, etc., etc. So with his before one that we did, we actually used a cutout of a hood that was done before, but it was only 3 vents, so we actually made it 4 to make it a 1 out of 1. And so what we did was we started off with a little bit small. It was a vent like this big, and it was this big, so it was a little bit bigger now, and then it was a little bit bigger, and it was a little bit bigger from here, so it was 4 vents. And he recently told me he wanted the last vent to be a little bit smaller because the other one was like all the way up to here, so it was too big. And we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. We're gonna try to see how he wants it. But with my problem that I'm having right now is that my let me see if I can show you guys. Ignore the door I have back here, but this is the sander that I use for sanding the Bondo down. And if this isn't small enough to fit into this specific hole, then I won't be able to, you know, grind down the Bondo that I'm gonna be using over. Because what I do once I cut it, I bend it down, I cut the skeleton off the hood. And then I get sheet of metal, I cut the sheet of metal, put it downwards, I weld the sheet of metal, and then I Bondo over it and just kind of slant it in to make it look a little more like original, I guess. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. I'm gonna figure out, because as of what I'm seeing here, it might be good enough, but I might need this to be a slightly bit bigger, because I'm gonna use up like this much from like right here of like slantness. So I'm just masking up right now. I'm gonna start masking up the other side. Usually what I do once I do the first one, I draw out the lines that I want, and then I get from one corner, tape it all the way around to the other corner, and just copy the same side over and over, figure out where I taped it, from here, this corner, top, bottom, etc., etc. So right now, just let me start masking up this, and I'll show you guys what I mean by like I go from one side to another side and basically double side it, and we can start cutting. I'm gonna see if I can cut right now because it's already almost 8 and it's gonna start getting late. And as you guys know from the time now, it's like about to be 8 and it's already super dark, so puppy. Best thing to always do is always make sure to measure everything more than once. Right now I just measured it one time, taped it up, and I'm going to go back and re-measure everything to make sure they're the same length of height on each corner. And then I'll begin cutting. As you can see, I did 4. Before I did the cut all the way from up here to here, 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 but it was too high up, and we're going to get a little bit lower so that way when we get the hood pins, they'll be around here, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what you can see that I did here was obviously there's going to be the 4 vents here. So I measured from here, 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 here. And then from this length from this here, 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 here. So I did the same thing. I just kind of went from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And then I just started measuring the same length as this one to this one to that one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All the same thing, they're all the same exact diameters. I measured more than one time. So that way I can only cut one time and I won't have to go through any hassle. And we'll be good to go. So this is this metal one is just to know where I'm gonna go with. It'd be kind of cool if I made some like center vents, but that'll look kind of funny. So yeah, this is my little outline, and then where I cut is just gonna be the inside in here. I'm gonna cut in here, cut this line, and cut this line, and that's it. I'm gonna leave this so that way when we bend it, this will stay open. And then I'm gonna cut up here, this line, and this line, leave this here, cut up here, and that's how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna do the first cut, and I'll show you guys what I mean. I probably won't be able to bend it down because I have the skeleton under, so that's what I'm gonna go and do after I do these cuts, but that might be tomorrow because I can only cut this for now, and then we'll see what happens after that. Because the hood pins are gonna go here and one here, so. Okay, so this is basically what the cuts are going to look like after. Now you're just going to flip the hood over and cut the entire skeleton out the way, so that way these can actually bend downwards as it should. And then you just make I'll show you guys that after when I start welding and cutting the next day, so I can actually show you guys what else you guys need to do to make those pieces stick together. Alright, so this is what I mean. You can see the cuts under. So now you're just going to cut like this little thing right here, from here to here, all of this through, and this piece, this, and this whole little skeleton piece should come off. You'll just have the actual like structure of the hood. That way you can bend these in, and you will have your hood. So this is what I mean. There's like a bunch of little glue under it, so just pop off all that glue, and it should all just come off. Just be careful whenever you take this off. Don't put so much pressure onto the hood, because you can see right there, it's like it's obviously it's a lot weaker now because it's just a sheet of metal. So turn it around and just put it back to the way it was. It should be. And now, like I said, all you gotta do is just kind of push it down, start bending it to the way you want to, and you'll get its little shape. You'll see the vents that we're trying to do now. This. So now we got 4 vents. They're all perfectly aligned. They're all the same shape. I just gotta go under and give it some little cuts in here to kind of let that from passing. But that should be it. The hood pins are gonna go here, here, and then I made a hole in the bottom so I can shave these windshield wiper squirters. Those are going away. And then what we're gonna do, they're not gonna be so sunk in like this. They're gonna be probably like right here, maybe lower, just depending, but I think the less the better. We're just gonna get cardboard and we're gonna trace out. We're gonna put it on the inside. You can see my finger, we'll put it on the inside. We're gonna line it up to where we want it, like this on the inside, and then we're just gonna trace it out. And we're gonna start cutting 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 pieces, and we're gonna weld them on the inside, inside, weld them all through. And once they're welded, we're just gonna shave up here because the weld seems to burn the actual hood if you apply too much pressure or whatever. Or if you hold it on too long, it starts burning the actual piece of metal. And then after that, once you shave it all down, make everything look like nice and smooth, you just add a layer of body filler, Bondo, to smoothen it out. That way you can give it this little shape and form. And from there, you just primer it, paint it, and you'll have your hood. So this is step 1, not step 1. This is the first day of what I'm going to be doing now. Tomorrow I'm going to be cutting the small little pieces so I can show you where they're going to go.